Hello. Okay, I can see. Is that working? All right. So today I am just here to lifetime just tell you some of my thoughts for today that I've been having. The first and foremost thing is that if you're like me and you produce videos, the amount of people who view the videos and the amount of subscribers that you have to your channel does not determine the worth and value of your videos and your channel. Not at all. My astrology videos that I have done are more in depth than some of the astrology videos I've been seeing on YouTube. I make my videos and I do research. And I take the time to do that research. And when I do my videos, I put a lot of words and energy into them. Among the videos that I keep, among the many that I've deleted, which I regret, and then I see other astrologers who talk from a place of speaking less in depth about a particular concept, but then they have so much knowledge that they feel comfortable making videos without necessarily relying on external information for their videos. Why are my videos more in depth than the videos that I see from actual professional astrologers that I watch on YouTube? That's a really good question. And I think the answer is acceptance, in that my videos are more in depth. When you have something and you feel ashamed about it, it is a good idea to speak to it. Just say it out loud. Yes, my videos are more in depth. And I don't have to feel ashamed of it. I don't have to feel ashamed of that. I don't have to feel bad about that. Sometimes I feel like I exhaust the information that I listen to, that I give. I hope that I don't, because I feel like the astrological information is very finite and I feel like I exhaust all the details that I want to about it. Why do I do this? Because it makes me feel better when I have the information. But why does that have to be a bad thing? It's a good thing. I like it. I like how informative my videos are. I like how interested and serious I am about astrology. But I can't help but compare myself to the other astrologers that I watch. And I haven't been seeing too many because I've been trying to balance what I've been watching with other things. But when you do videos on your own channel about a particular topic or a particular area, and you go and compare yourself to other people who do the same thing, well, that's it. You compare. It's so easy to compare. So easy to think, oh, this is what I could do differently. If I only felt comfortable doing it differently. I'm just going to keep on doing it the way that I want to and allow myself to do it whatever way that I feel like I want to, and not worry about other people's videos and other people's channels. And I'd like mine to be bigger. And here's another thought. And I want to be honest about this. Those YouTube play buttons. I don't know. If I had the power, well, let's just say, could those potentially be taken away from people? Could those rewards be taken away from people? It's sad and it's frustrating and it's disheartening and it's unfair and wrong that people get these rewards for not, oh, I produce these videos, but that you have a certain number of subscribers to your channel. If the only reason that you're getting this reward is, yeah, you produce the videos, but it's all about the people and their reaction toward your videos, and not the videos themselves for the sheer just worth of the videos, of what you've actually produced, of the work, of the content, of what you put in to the videos alone, regardless of how people are reacting to it. You're getting rewarded for your own efforts, not based around how other people react to it. But that's not the way it is. I'm going to own up to the way that I think that it is. I may be wrong. I may have not done certain research. But I'm not here to say that YouTube's policies and ways of, allowing features and, doing all these kinds of things are right. Because I don't think that it's right for you to make so many videos on your channel and then you get a reward only because you have a certain number of followers. And you can't control the outer world. You can't control how many followers that you get. So maybe all those followers collectively should get a reward because they were the ones who contributed to your success. And I think that can really mess with people's values on social media. Instead of, oh, I want to just produce videos just to have fun and produce videos. Oh, I'm doing it for a following. Oh, I'm doing it for an audience. Oh, I'm doing it to get this feature, to get this reward, to get this play button, to be able to, I'm going to say that there's another feature on every, well, with the exception of TikTok that I'm familiar with, you go on Instagram and Facebook and all the features are there for everybody. Not with YouTube. Some of the features are there when you start, but then it takes one person after another, and soon enough you have enough people so that you have access to that feature. And that's the only reason why you get it. It's because of the amount of people who give it to you based off of their contributions and not your merit and effort to gain those features alone. It's ridiculous. Everyone should have all the features. Every single person should have access to all the features available that you can use to create content on YouTube. The fact that not everyone has access to these features, it's beyond me. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. And it's wrong. It's unfair. And again, it messes with people's values of what's important. What is important is what they're interested in. What's important is the videos that they produce, not the superficial bells and whistles of the whole system. That's not important. And I really don't like to see it when people rub the getting the play button, I think it's called. And yeah, I'm going to have a certain level of ignorance when I say that, because I don't agree with it. I don't agree with people showing off something that they got that was not based off of their own efforts, but their own efforts having that validation from others. And that's why you're getting this reward. And I find it very disheartening and disappointing and rude for the people that rub them off, that show those play buttons in their videos, and they display those play buttons. It's not considerate for the people who don't have what you have, because not everyone has what you have. And it's really rubbing it in people's faces and really making them feel a sense of guilt and jealousy that they do not need to feel, envy that they do not need to feel, because they cannot empower themselves to do it. They can empower themselves to create content. They can empower themselves to be consistent and create the videos. But you can't empower yourself. And you can't control how other people react to the videos. I believe that when people get rewards, Olympics, people in the Olympics, people, actors and actresses, I'm pretty sure that they get awards because of their own efforts. I'm pretty sure that it's not about how other people, the audience, reacts to their efforts. No matter if you have this amount of subscribers or a big amount or small amount, it should be about the videos and the content alone, regardless of the attention given to it. It makes sense in a way if you think about why these people get these rewards, but then again, does it make sense? Does it encourage self-worth? Does it encourage contentment, purity of mind? Does it encourage just you being happy and you getting awarded for your own efforts? Does it encourage a healthy sense of, this is important to me, this is valuable to me? Well, what is it? Is it just the bells and whistles, superficial YouTube giving you this reward of these features, etc.? Or is it what you actually enjoy doing, your passion? And I would really encourage people not to put those play button things in their videos. Keep them out of sight. Just, do something else. Because it's just not right. And the people, the creators who get those rewards do not deserve to have those rewards if people gave those play button things to them with strings attached and ulterior motive. Not a good motive, not a merry motive, but a sad motive. That's wrong, and that's all that I wanted to say. I mean, you can't have people going in to anyone's house and taking those things away from anybody else, because that's not going to happen. I don't have that kind of power, and nobody does. And you can't control other people and what they decide to show off on their platforms, but you can certainly control your actions. And you can certainly control you not feeding in to that whole narrative of I'm bigger and better and more special than you. Because that's the narrative that is getting set up and getting wired into people's psychology and conscious awareness and conscious thought and belief, motivations. And it's sad. It really is. And I think it's very sad. I was seeing somebody's picture on Instagram holding up one of those play buttons, kissing the play button, kissing it, as if to rub it in people's face. Oh, I'm better than you. I'm more special than you. And that very person said something along the lines of, everyone is special, therefore no one is special. And I'm pretty sure that this person does not believe in anyone being better than anyone else. But how it comes across is you being better and having more than other people. Because of the choice that you made to kiss it in your photograph and rub it into people's faces that I have this and you don't. It's very disappointing. So that's all that I want to say for now.
What?
Thought that I have in my mind that I want to share. Just do something different. When you're feeling sad, depressed, down, bored with life, really defeating yourself in very negative ways, it can be beneficial to do something different, because I find myself in those low, disinterested places, but yet I feel the inspiration and interest to keep doing the same things that I do, because there's a part of me that wants to do them. And I don't take action enough to do different things. And some of the things are healthy for me that would be healthy mentally and emotionally. And I say things and I make promises to myself that I do not fulfill. I need to use my oracle cards more. It would be good to get out, take more walks, meditate more, all those things. While I'm getting tired of not following through, I'm also pulled into the interest of other things, while also having certain other mental issues and things that I'm working on within myself interfering with me enjoying the things that I want to do. And that I won't get into. But I did want to say that I'm sick of deleting things. I'm sick of making videos that aren't public. And I'm sick of holding my thoughts and feelings and beliefs inside. And I came here to just express what I've been feeling, because it's really frustrating when I express that. And it isn't, public. And that comes from so many videos that I made, private and unlisted videos that I published at accounts and channels over the years, which I've deleted those accounts. And those videos that I made for myself, a lot of them were deleted. Time, energy, breath, care, effort, all down the drain. And so I really wanted to be honest about how I feel about these certain things. One more thing that I just want to leave you with is there is a feature on YouTube which I'm really interested in, but I don't have access to. I think you have to have 100,000 subscribers at least to be able to have it, if I'm getting that correct. And it's for you to have your own story, to create your own story that you can continually update that expires after every 7 days. It's very simple. Just videos, pictures, links, texts. That's all it is. It's so simple. It's not a big deal. And yet you have to have a certain unreasonable, you have to wait an unreasonably long following. You have to have an unreasonably huge following for those features in order to get them. And that's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous that I have to have a certain number of followers to have my Instagram stories, Facebook stories. There's something that YouTube came out with, which is a story that not as many people use that, but I would like to use it. I don't have access to, and that's something that YouTube should make available for everyone. Every single person should get all the features. I mean, maybe memberships, because sometimes you go to a channel and it has a join button and you can join. I'm never gonna, probably not gonna join any channel. Eligibility. As far as I'm concerned, eligibility means that you are of a certain age to be able to do this, to be able to get this, to be able to do this thing, to be able to, have this opportunity. Eligibility with YouTube is a little bit distorted and skewed because it deals with the amount of followers that you have, of which you cannot control. So it's saying you are worthy of certain things if you have this amount of followers, of which you cannot control. So you have to have this validation in order to be worthy and eligible to be able to have this feature. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Isn't that unfair? Isn't that wrong? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Doesn't make sense. Eligibility means I am of a certain age to have this thing, to be able to get this thing. You have to be a certain age to be able to drink. You have to be of a certain age to drink coffee. You have to be of a certain age to drive legally. Instead, it's saying, oh, you have to wait for this many people to give you a following. And, in order to have this, and as I said, you can't control other people to come to your channel. You can't just, it's not something that you can physically, concretely, manifest and do in your life. And while it may make sense, on one level, does it really make sense? I mean, I get why it kind of would make sense, because certain channels are more popular, and it's the reason that they're more popular is because people like their content, and their content's very good, so they deserve to be rewarded for that, but rewarded for their content alone. Well, it may be understandable. I just think it doesn't send a very good message. Sends a message of you do the things that you can, but if you don't get this, then you're not at a certain level. You don't get this because you don't have enough people coming to you. Not that you have not worked hard enough when it comes to your own efforts. I mean, all you can do is do the best and surrender the rest, but you should not be rewarded for what you cannot control. What is a queen who gets things from other people, gets an award? I mean, there's many examples, and there's many ways to think about that. It loses substance at this point. But you can consider how things work, how these really huge systems work. And the motivation, the things that they do. Why are they doing these things? Why are they doing these things? That's a very good question to ask. And I'm sure that they have very good intentions. However, not everything that YouTube does is fair for everyone. Memberships, channel memberships, well, I would say at least 18 years old or 20 years old to be able to have channel memberships. Not a certain, you don't have to have a certain following to be able to have that. It's just, you have to be of a certain age to have that. You can see how that makes more sense. And I think the part of me that's saying, well, guess what? This makes it, well, that actually does make sense what YouTube's doing. Well, I think maybe that questioning whether that part of me is the angel or the devil. Wondering about that. Anyway. Yeah. So eligibility and being able to have certain things should be based off of age and your own efforts, your own stuff alone, not other people and what they give to you. The North Node is not in Scorpio right now. We are not talking about inheritance. We're not talking about, all those 8th house things like that. We're talking about Taurus, what, physically, your own efforts, your own merit, being self-sufficient, what you do when it comes to valuing yourself, self-worth, all those kind of things. It's not talking about jealousy or envy. It's not talking about getting so caught up in other people's business. But I have to be real and raw about what I feel and what I think about, and my view of the certain things that have been happening with creators on YouTube and them getting certain rewards for what I view as certain reasons. And those reasons, those things that they get for those reasons that I've talked about, that I've spoken about, that I've addressed, it's wrong. I'm not going to be vague and, sort of somewhat about it. No, it's wrong. That's how I feel. It's wrong. It's not fair. So, anyway, I just wanted to make that clear. And that's all for now.